Chapter 3. Basically Bad. Basic training, or just BASIC as everyone calls it, was and is still today designed to quickly turn a raw recruit into a soldier by building a foundation of cooperation, obedience, efficiency, and attention to detail. It's something no recruit wants to go through more than once. World War I drill sergeants in charge of basic training were never known for their niceties of any description. For a rookie to be screamed at by a drill sergeant 4 inches from his face with no recourse whatsoever is no one's idea of fun. The name of the game was to totally depersonalize the recruit so that he would follow orders without stopping to think or even for a microsecond. Immediately, obedience was and still is the name of the game. It's only half joking to say the Army Command's idea is that if a soldier follows an order immediately, then all will be well, and the soldier will succeed to make his sergeant or officer proud of him, thus making the sergeant or officer eligible for decoration and promotion. Plus, the dog-face might just be lucky enough to stay alive in the process. My basic training lasted 7 horrible weeks. I was issued what would be my wardrobe choices for the duration. 2 uniforms, one for the summer, which was too warm above 70 degrees, and one for the winter, which was definitely not warm in any weather below 20. I was fitted for rugged army boots and a coat and knee-length woolen garment that would keep out the chill. With a helmet and knapsack for my gloves, socks, blankets, sea rations, and personal items, my ensemble was complete. No Kevlar, no solar flashlights, no GPS, no cell phone, no Game Boy, but of course Johnny got his gun. As an avid deer hunter, I assumed I would get the standard .03 Springfield rifle. A very accurate, reliable, and durable. 9 shots, 1 in the magazine, 8 in the clip. 9 shots. What if I'm up against 10 Germans? The soldier in front of me whispered. I shuddered and put that thought out of my mind. I needn't have worried. As I mentioned before, I was tall, lanky, 6'3", but pretty muscular in those days from doing heavy physical labor. Consequently, I was chosen to carry a machine gun, a .30 caliber air-cooled Browning that fully equipped weighed around 40 pounds. If you can tote that thing, you'll be able to spray Germans all the way back to Berlin, one of my 2 newly appointed ammo bearers said when they helped me lug it and the heavy box of ammunition back and forth to the practice range. Incidentally, is also issued the standard .45 Colt sidearm for up-close and personal fighting. I foolishly thought I would never see. My training sergeant was stereotypical, an unmerciful hard-ass who enjoyed disciplining draftees who made mistakes. I'm a quick study, even now, so I kept my nose clean and stayed off of his radar screen until one morning when I awoke with a fever and chills. I barely managed to get out of bed, but was determined not to report to the infirmary. It was rumored that if you weren't really sick when you went there, you would be by the time you left, so I sucked it up and reported for training as usual. Things went well for an hour, and then somehow I lost concentration. We were calling cadence. Sound off. 1, 2, 3. I missed a step. The sergeant reamed me out good, screaming in my face that would have made my mother turn purple. Then he made me run 5 minutes at top speed. I did it, falling in an exhausted heap. It was one of those classic kill or cure moments. I took a short rest and went back to work. Needless to say, I made sure never to be out of step again. As dreadful as it all was, basic training did transform me into a passable soldier. 7 weeks of no privacy, nonstop marching, running, target practice, and air raid drills, not to mention some of the worst food I've ever eaten, hardened me for what lay ahead. I was given a completion certificate, a short furlough, home, and an assignment. Demolition Squad. The Army had decided that my talents would be best utilized by giving me the inevitable task of dismantling mines and other assorted booby traps devised by clever enemy soldiers and engineers. I thought my assignment was a compliment to my reputation for being a perfectionist. I should have known my attention to detail made me so expendable that if I made a mistake on the job, I would be instantly blown to pieces.